My name is David Evans. First of all, I really hope that this video imparts to you how important Rohan was to so many people on this campus and how many people he touched and lives he changed. He meant so much to us and to me.
Whenever I was there, whenever I was in the lounge, it was obvious that he was definitely the center and probably one of the bigger parts of why the floor was so close.
My name's Kyle. I lived on the floor with Rohan. Pretty sure that he's the only person that I can honestly say every time that I saw him around in the dorm, just walking through the halls, something that we did every day. We lived together, we saw each other a lot. Every single time that I saw him, he would make an effort to say hi to me. And it was really sincere, and that meant a lot to me.
Hi, I'm Vivek. I was one of Rohan's friends last year. I was on his floor before he... to me, Rohan was one of the kindest friends I've ever met.
Hi, I'm Daryl, and I lived with Rohan last year in Morwood Gardens at CMU. I'm an international student, and it was a pretty frightening experience to be in America. So he made me feel very welcome, and he was one of the first few friends that I actually made at CMU.
I'm Mark Maxino, and I first knew Rohan. Well, I first got to know him in Calcan 3D. We were in class together, and I just recognized him from orientation week, so I just sat next to him. It was just a lot of fun to have around. Whenever we played like Super Smash Brothers, he'd always do something insane. Everyone would yell at him. We'd all yell at each other, and we'd all just start laughing.
I'm Emily James. I knew Rohan because I was a floor pledge. I hung out with all of you guys. You're like my family. I'll never forget how patient you were when you answered my questions and concepts, no matter how stupid they were.
My name is Chris Shellhammer, and I lived on Rohan's floor last year, 4E. During the second semester, I had strep throat, and I was in bed for 3 or 4 days. And just one afternoon, I had a knock on my door, and it was Rohan holding a chocolate milkshake. And he just brought it up to me, asked how I was feeling, and left it, told me to feel better, and left the room. And that is that is the impression that Rohan left on me, that he was a guy who, regardless of how well he knew you, how well of a friend you were, he would do whatever he felt was the right thing to do.
Hi, I'm Joey, and I was Rohan's RN last year. And Rohan was always probably one of my nicest residents. I never heard him say a mean word to anybody, which is more than I can say for myself. So he led by example, and was a positive role model for everybody on the floor.
My name is Michael Sims. I lived on the floor with Rohan. I met Rohan in the beginning of the year when we were building the catapult. He helped me. He was always like one of the first people I went to when I needed help with math homework. We had so many good debates about principles of math, such things. He's a good friend. I'll miss him.
My name is Kirti Thapar. I knew Rohan through his RA last year, Joe. I remember, I think after the first 2 or 3 days after I had first met Rohan, I was sitting in Skibo doing some homework, sitting by myself, eating lunch, kind of pathetically. But then all of a sudden, I hear my name and I look up, and Rohan's standing there with his entire plate of food, and he comes over and sits with me, and he actually sat there and ate lunch with me for an hour, just to make sure, see how I was doing, even though he just met me. And he talked to me for an entire hour, and I think that was like the best part about it, was that he could talk to you, and he was so willing to talk and be friendly.
My name is Spencer Choi, and I lived next to Rohan last year. I can't think of anything bad that I could say about him.
My name's Jay Rockwell. I lived on Rohan's floor last year. We played lots of video games together. He always helped me out with homework and stuff. Rohan was the kind of guy that always had a smile when he needed.
My name is Eli Diamond. I was on 40 with Rohan. And it's hard to find the words for someone like Rohan, who is just, you know, so one of a kind.
My name is Matthew Beagler. Rohan was a floor mate of mine. If there was anyone I respected more, it was Rohan Memorial. And at the same time, he was such a good person.
I'm Betty Anderson, and I knew Rohan because I used to hang out on his floor. He was always in like a really great mood, and I never knew anyone else that was like as consistently cheerful and like fun to hang out with.
Hey, I'm Vikram. I knew Rohan. I met him first in pre-college in the summer after 11th grade, and I became friends with him. He was just like such a character. Anytime you hung out with him, it was an experience. He's just like, he was so unique. He was always, Rohan like never got annoyed. Like he never got mad. He was always just like happy, laughing, like joking around. He was just like so funny.
I'm JJ, and Rohan lived in the room. His room was opposite my room. Rohan comes across as a friend who would play hard, but he would also study hard.
I'm Nick Saccone. I met Rohan last year during orientation, probably when we were formulating plans for the trebuchet that we built. He was one of the few people that I just really enjoyed being around all the time, no matter what the situation was.
My name's Chase. I lived down the hall from Rohan. He'd have the work done a week ahead of everyone else, and he'd still take the time out to go through it with you and explain it to you, and it was never a burden for him.
My name's Andrew Chang, and I was Rohan's roommate last year. If Rohan was around, or even near you, you knew it. Even if he was just dead silent, he just gave off this powerful aura that wasn't intimidating, but more accommodating, and you just knew that he was there, and you knew that you could go to him if you had any problem.